Okay, let me just check that everything's working. Sorry, a little bit late starting. Let me get rid of this. Get chat up. Had a few things to sort out that went just a little bit longer than I thought. So I just quickly grabbed some food and now I'm ready to go. What we're going to do today is look over the games from Friday where we played against Geekay. So I think we can just even pretty much get straight to it. Just check if there's anything that needs to change. I think it's all good. Right, well, let's get started then. I'll look at the drafts first. This was our first draft of the day. So right, now you can hear me. Yeah? I have no idea why like I said last time, I need to just redo all of my OBS settings because I changed them. I put on some new things. I tried to do a virtual mixer and then I ended up ditching that because you can actually do all the things that I wanted through OBS. But then I keep going to like one of my scenes and something's wrong. But the problem is because I have a setup for vertical as well, it still looks like the mic is there even though it wasn't there. So start again. I'm going to review the games from Friday where we played against GK, top seed of the MENA region. We're able to take the 2-0, which is really good. So I want to look at the draft and I want to look at the gameplay to see if there's anything that we want to change for today, for this week, I should say. Now, of course, one of the things that's always worth remembering whenever you're talking about changing stuff as a coach is what can you actually impact? Like there'll be a lot of mistakes in this game that we can't change in the time. We want to make sure that anything we're doing now is useful for this EMEA Masters. So I was saying about the draft. I think from a draft point of view, fairly happy. Obviously, there's always going to be stuff that we should do differently, always stuff that we should change. But we're able to secure the denial of the rel. We knew that even though they would like to go Alistar, they're less likely to. So the Leona Rel matchup, I think, is one that we would like. We get our highest prio AD at the moment. Well, no, it's not actually technically true, but we get a high prio AD. And they play MF as a secondary. Then they've got this like kind of shotgun comp. It's not just like a big wombo AoE, but if the first phase of these three champs doesn't go super well, unless Ari's got a reset, but basically if the first phase doesn't go well, then we should win. The back phase, we just trade Pantheon and Xin. I think I like that. We thought about here banning the Xin, but then they can get Pantheon and we don't get anything of the like top tier bruiser ADs that most people consider. So fairly happy overall. We take the Rumble. We've got Rumble Rel. We've got a load of setup. So I think overall fairly happy with this first draft for the kind of game that we want and the kind of team that we have. Okay, so let's jump into the game now. As I said, the main thing for me is not going to be what are all the mistakes we made. The main thing is going to just be like, what is stuff that we can actually change and actually think about going forward into this coming week. So doesn't mean there's going to be anything really to look at. Could be that there's some things, could be that there's not. I think this game was fairly fairly convincing. I think the second game was much closer and much more messy. We'll see once we go into it. But I'm not necessarily going to take a huge amount of time or anything like that. If you have any questions, do put them in the chat. It's going to be quite a relaxed one because it's not about like planning for huge amounts in the future, working out what we're going to do for the next month or anything like that. It's literally just us. Is there stuff that happened today that we can change in one day that will give us a better chance whenever we have our next game? You know, so it's kind of a simple problem in a sense from a coaching point of view. So, for example, on the previous day, you know, and we've spoken about this on stream against who was it? Zenit. We were just too late on dragons, too late to decide what we were doing. So today we wanted to make sure we just had one day. We just wanted to make sure, like, okay, let's make sure we're on time deciding what we want to do around dragons. Hey, Jack. So we wanted to go for this cheese gank, give up the top scuttle, but we had full info. We do get the gank off as well, which is really big, and we can just use that to punish. We die on the bot side is not, I think, it's not super ideal with the wave state the way it is, but shit happens. This is just game one, the very beginning of game one. Talked about the draft very briefly, but other than that, this is just the start. And I said, I'm not going to be focused on like all the things that we did wrong or anything like that. I'm literally just thinking like, is there stuff that we can change for next time? This was a bit weird. This roam up to mid lane. Also, I don't like these like lazy bases. Maybe we can clean this and teleport bot, but I think it's better for Rumble to be bot. Now we just missed some XP for it. And if they're really good, I think they just zone us away here. But this is just a simple like individual mistake, so I'm not gonna. Joker already talked about it, so they'll talk about it in the next session. And then we just mega freeze on this. Oh yeah, this was part of the scouting and part of the playing against them is that they quite struggle in swaps, and this they completely mess up. So we get like a 1k gold lead from this. My weekend was okay, thanks. Very tired at the moment. I'm going on holiday on Wednesday. Well, hopefully Wednesday. Depends if we have a game on it. It was a bit of a waste of ults, that one. And I'm very looking forward to that because I feel very tired. So if we're still in EMEA Masters, I'll do EMEA Masters games from the holiday, but everything else I'll leave. Let other people run. And I won't stream. So if we have a game on Wednesday, I'll stream it. If we have a game on Thursday, I won't stream it because I'll already be on at the holiday. Yeah, so now already they're 1k down. They're taking the dragon. This was frustrating because this whole play, by the way, like if he doesn't W, obviously you can't not W any time in the lane, right? But if he has W, this whole play doesn't even work. He plays it really well. He dodges the thing here, but then double flash. Very hard to get out of. But I think they actually like they just ditch so much CS for all of this. So like we're just playing this same thing while they're losing a whole another wave on top lane. So I think they get 2, we get 1, and they just give us 1, which is really good. I don't know. Ari does not seem OP in this game, if I remember it right. I know what you mean. I think Ari is strong, but this game did not seem too broken. So we push up top and we base. 1 minute 15 on Drake. So I think we were already much better on Drake. We were already talking about it. And it's not that we have to be there 2 minutes before or anything like that. It's just we have to be considering it already. So even if we're doing something else, I want us to know that we're not playing this dragon. So we give some pressure on mid as well. I like that. Didn't used to do that at the beginning of the season. Anywhere near enough. Don't really like basing on the wave when dragon is there. I'd rather base on the wave before. But either way, we can stall it, pressure them here. We're resetting top. We've just got solo kill on top, which is massive, obviously. And we are ready to TP if needed, but they don't do anything. They don't fight it. They shouldn't. So. Yeah, I mean, you'll see in this game, it just becomes mega hard for Ari to do anything just because Mel exists. So, like, you have to play the Mel well, and I don't think every team can, like, do this counter. There'll be other teams will go for, like, the Silas counter or whatever. But I think Freddy's... Oh, yeah, this is strange. She just doubled in. And we kill her as well. I mean, this game is kind of won already. Does he do this blind? I wanted to know this at the time. No, they have a ward. We just recall on a ward. Tragedy. So 2 times lazy recalls have been a bit annoying. We got stopped in mid and then we died in top for it. It's just a split. Split is always tiring, even if we're not like full time and stuff. I haven't really had a break since I got the Nord job on Boxing Day, and since then I haven't really had a break. So. Can't remember what even happened last off-season. But it was a short one as well, right? So this I think you obviously shouldn't like die. No, we lazy recall all the time. We just do it more when we're ahead. And then from here, like I think it's very difficult for them to play the game anywhere now. I'm just tired. I don't know. It's not physical fatigue. And then it's like I was really ill, then the finals, then straight into EMEA Masters. Like, it's tiring. Yeah, I mean, this game was really good, and the comms that while we were watching as well, like the comms were really good. It was really clear what we were doing. It was really clean. No, I hate mid-tournament patch change. Is so stupid. I really think it's really stupid. I don't know how you can avoid it, but just keep playing on the same patch. Mid-tournament patch change is ridiculous. So our next best of 5 is on the same patch. The one after is on a completely new patch with 21 champion changes. What do we do about that? We might not have time to practice in between, so just unlucky, I guess. That's what you do about it. Unfortunate. So yeah, I hate it. Let me change see if I can change. Okay. Do we need to give up this mid tower for this dragon? Probably when they TP to it. Like, can we play this wave instead? No, they put everything on the mid wave. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think maybe we should go here through mid. Like if we're starting it like now, it's okay. But because we obviously it's not spawned. No, I think that if you can only find things to work on in losses, then that's a bit of a problem. But there could be nothing, like again, I'm not thinking about like everything that we should do. So here, we shouldn't start this yet. We should play this midway first. But like, I don't think we're going to go over that. You know? So there's loads of stuff that you can always do better. And you should be able to identify, like that's one of the skills, right, of being a coach. And one of the things that people who are new to the game struggle with is you end up just kind of doing, one of the clients I used to work with called it red line, blue line, I think, coaching, where you just look at the lines and be like, okay, like this is bad because Mel died to this gang, you know, and then like this is bad because of this, and you know, so I think you have to be a lot clearer on your systems and stuff, in which case like for me, like just waves are more important than the objective. We do waves first, and so it doesn't matter whether we win or lose. There'll be stuff to look at, but the main things that I'm thinking about is like the stuff that we've been working on, right? So tempo, team fights, and tools, like being clear on tools. I can't really do the tools thing in a review, but I know it was good because I was listening to it during the game. So how we play with tempo and how we play team fights. So maybe we should, like, I'm still considering, like, this could be a moment to look at something, you know, like midway first, for example. So now actually, when I'm rethinking about it and I'm talking about it out loud, maybe we do look at this. Like, we just have to play this midway first because this dragon is not up. It's not up now. If it was already up and we were on it and we could just one-shot this wave and then go, then it's good. But we give up this mid-wave in a position where we shouldn't. So like it should already be like we're playing this position, but we're playing this position so that we can get back to mid-wave first. Because here, when we give up the position, Rumble can connect now and everyone else can go to the mid-wave. Because now 3 people just push out Mel from mid because we've started the dragon. I think if we started just a couple of seconds later, it's better. And now, of course, we give this up because we chase this extra kill, which is fine. It's good to chase that. Like now we've given up mid wave. You're already going to give up this mid tower, so getting this kill is good. But I think this whole thing could be a little bit cleaner. And if there's like a really good sequence from us, like we can also look at it as well. Like that's got a huge amount of value. Like this team fight, for example, was really good. Like we're already ulting, like laying down our ults. And then Mel comes in, but I mean Ari comes in and still just gets... So if we do look at it, it would be first to tech the mid wave, and secondly to be like, fucking good fight, guys. Like, it was really clear what we wanted to do, and we just executed it properly. Like, then here we're being clear, like just spam pinging. We have to get this mid wave. Hey, Rocker. So even though we're really ahead, they had that sequence where they're ahead in tempo. So we just clean farm. I think that's good. Don't overextend for stuff. We'll just full drop this tower though. Just looking at the meme map. So we can't. Is it because we made this play bot that we can't go top? We're scared, obviously, about them sending numbers to the top side. So if we go back to the beginning of the sequence, like when we open. So we just had this fantastic fight. We come back out on the map. We're going into their jungle. We steal some camps away. We crash a wave in bot. We take this tower. This is all good. We seize in on the top side. We go to top as Rumble. We fog towards this side. Again, really good. We protect him on this wave. Now we clear this ward. We throw Varusol on mid because we were stepping a bit too far up, but it's still okay. Because now we're committing resources this side. We're in danger a little bit catching this far forward. I mean, in the finals, our best game was game 3. That was after game 2. So I don't know what you mean. Like the game that was, well, maybe not the best game, but like we're also very close to winning. Okay, now we reset. I still don't quite know how this full tower goes. Can't we just run up here? We see Leona bot. Rel is bot as well. It's like, while we're not... Okay, we're playing aggressively in their jungle now. But I think we can just kill this. We don't give up this tower. Maybe it doesn't matter. And now we go to Atakan while this is happening. But here I think we already can just TP bot. Because I'm not sure that we need to give this inner tower like that. Outer tower, sure, but they're going to have loads of numbers on this side. But what if we just hold the wave? Oh, okay. Why did I think we lost that tower in the game? Then it's fine. Because we're there to retake on the next wave. So it's fine, forget that. Then we get another dragon. Hulk clears most of the wave, ends up being a 1-for-1. Chase goes on quite a lot, so they end up... Okay, so how should this be better, like, other than just him, like, just not dying? We have to just play this wave really far back, I think. Like, I don't think they can kill him just fully under the tower. But like, as in, if Chachi is here and he has ult, I don't think they even can make this play. And then we can. Yeah, so that then ends up giving up this bot tower because we can't defend it. So we just play aggressively on the other side. We play to trade the towers instead. Ari's TP'd though, actually, so we save the tower by making an aggressive play on the other side. Because Ari's TP'd, we don't stay and take this. We just get out together. So it works. I mean, that's like it's like the danger levels thing in chess, right? Like you make a more aggressive play than them, and it forces them to stop doing what they were going to do. That's good. Showing on 2 waves here, I think is weird. This was a miscommunication in the game. He was asking for cover on this wave and thought we could have it, but we can't. So we can't be showing here until this is pushed in, because we lose 1v1. And this time we don't have a counter play, so we just get kind of run down. But they talked about that in the game, so we're not going to talk about it again. We have mid wave. We get top. We have TP. They're teleporting in already. We can just shift down though. What do you mean? At what timer should we have played for camps when we went for kills? The one on top side, I think we can't, like, once we're trying to defend the rumble, like we have to chase that, because you've already like jumped over. You can chase them for tempo, or you can chase them even for kills. Either way, it's fine. And then, like I say, we went this way to force them to come to mid. Like chasing the MF there forces the Ari to TP and saves your bot tower, which I think is a worthwhile trade. To be honest, I think they should just leave it, and Ari should just stay bot. Here, like, I want us to be playing on the wave, probably, rather than... Ari uses ult. Respectfully, of course. Yeah, that's I think that's fair. They have to start it, I think, because otherwise... Like, if we get Soul, it's kind of... I mean, it's kind of doomed anyway, but if we get Soul, it's definitely doomed. And Ari has no ult now. Rel's got all her shit back. Gwen is on the flank, so we play the front fight, part of the fight slowly, and then everyone just turns on Gwen. Now we get the dragon as well. I mean, we actually didn't Q-smite it, but really hard to get any smites. Now this was good from Freddy to just say, just fuck it, like just go Baron. We get one more kill and we just go Baron, I think. Okay, no, we chase. Oh yeah, these games confused in my head, I feel like. Okay, and then from there, like, it's just done. Okay, so good game. One time where we dropped the tower that I don't think we need to drop, and one time where we should really play on midwave first. The dropping the tower one, I think, is probably not worth going over, but the midwave one is, because we can talk about, like, it's the tempo thing. So just one play from there that I think we can actually change for next game. Right. So this is game 2 draft. Yeah, I said this at the time. Like for me, if you're going the same side and you're suddenly like changing up the bans quite substantially, it's quite strange. So I didn't really. I thought something specific would be prepared, but I don't know what it is, and I still don't know what it was that would have been prepared. I didn't know if they were maybe didn't think we would take Lucian and they would just take it. But yeah, I wasn't super sure. I think on top side, I think we can ban Aatrox instead of Ambessa. I think would be probably a bit better. Akali's a good ban as soon as you got Lucian Army because you might well struggle. Like in this case, we didn't. We had Vi, but we might well struggle with finding like ways to lock Akali down. I think Ryze is a really good pick for them, and I think it's really good on this patch. But it's very hard to play with. I think the better you are as a team, the better Ryze is, and also think the way that Geekay play is not necessarily suited to the Ryze. Heavily around moving around the map, playing on side lanes, abusing the Ryze ult, those kind of things. It's more like if Nemesis starts playing Ryze, I start to get very worried about that. But for teams that are a bit more like around fighting and stuff like that, Cho into Sion is kind of like a trade. Like we're kind of happy with both sides of that. It depends who the Sion is, obviously, but we're kind of happy with both sides of that trade. So I think Sion is probably a bit better, but Cho'Gath is fine as a trade to Sion. Ornn is the same, but Sion again for both times is a little bit more high price. So what you've seen sometimes in the LCK is like Sion here on 1, and then enemy is like Ornn plus something, and then like plus X, and then that's okay because it's like, okay, right, they get the Sion and we get the Ornn, but we also get something else. Yeah. If we play against LR, it's not a spoiler to say we're not going to give them Sion and do Sion Cho'Gath trade. just to be clear. I think that doesn't shock anyone, and it wouldn't shock them to know. It depends who you're playing against. So yeah, here and the other thing you have here is in this situation where you are going something like Lucian Nami, something like Nautilus is so much better than the next choice of support. And so if you already go like Aatrox here or Ambessa here, then you lose the 2 supports and you get kind of locked in. So when you're really aggressive on one side, the enemy has a very difficult decision of, do we counter one thing? Do we pick our own thing? So we just basically blinded 2 things and said, fine, we're going to have a choice of jungler. Yeah, I don't really know what this Nocturne ban was. I think the Victor ban is okay. I did not expect to get Vi on 4-5. We were thinking in the game about Vi or Skarner. I think the way we played the early stages of the game, Skarner would have been better, but we realized how we should play with the Vi later on, and then it was better. So I'm not sure. I think Skarner is a little easier, maybe a bit simpler, but with the Aatrox as well, like, it does get a little bit more worrying. Okay. So let's get into the game. So same again. Mostly looking at things around team fights or tempo, or things that we can definitely change going forward. Yeah, it's so annoying. We can rematch LR, by the way. Like, there's no region lock. I thought we couldn't match them, but we can, because that'd be annoying. Also, I want to scrim them on Tuesday when they win on Monday. When they win today. Today is Monday. Yeah, so we can't play the team from our group, but we can play teams from our region. So it could be LR versus Nord next round, which would just be so annoying. No, there's region lock in groups, but then it's group lock after that. You can just go straight into regional. Yeah, regions killing each other. I mean, if we play them in like quarters or semis or final, like fair enough. Obviously final, fair enough. But it'd be a bit annoying to play them around a 16. Yeah, I mean, we have a, I don't know what the maths is. What 1 in 8 chance of getting them if they when they make it through. So shouldn't happen. No, it's not 1 in 8 though, is it? Is it? Yeah, because there's 8 teams that go through them first, and obviously we aren't already matched with them. So. Oh yeah, Rise just got like a triple kill in an early fight. And then from there, it's pretty tough. This was a little bit bad as well. We wanted to, with this matchups, we wanted to do swaps. Again because of the team. And we actually pathed towards top because we were swapping. But then we just got really, really like the Corki got kind of murdered. And here we should just base and swap anyway. Oh yeah, 1 in 7. No, don't make it. Oh, don't make the odds worse. Let me live in my delusion. So yeah, here we should just base anyway. We said after the game, like if we base now and swap, Sion comes back down to here at the same time as Corki, and we get to top lane. We avoid this bad matchup, and we can just absolutely murder the Aatrox. And Sion, I think, is much safer. Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in EMEA Masters. Like already, most of the matchups are going to be tough. They're all winnable. Like I think we can genuinely beat anyone. But we can also probably lose to anyone left in the tournament. And I think that goes for pretty much everybody. But as soon as we know our opponent, it's going to be full on like scouting, watching their games, like all that kind of stuff straight away. No, because he's put behind because of the freeze. Like in this situation, the wave can stay here and slow push, and Corki already has to base, and he has to just run back bot lane. But if we based as well, and we were now running top lane, and Sion was coming bot, then I think that's much better for us because we're also pathing that way. And now we're in a situation where the jungler is pathed the other way because we were going to swap, but we didn't swap, and so now we've got a very strong Lucian army who are like weak siding, and with the wave pushed. So now it's really, really obnoxious because Wukong's on here and Vi's not. If only Solari was in. Yeah, but they have to not come 8th. Yeah, so now Vi has to leg it all the way down, and we give back all our advantage pretty much. So it's really messy. And this is the problem about having a very specific early plan and then not doing it. And now we don't have a good time to swap on top side. Don't like us actually showing on mid lane here, by the way. I don't mind going up mid. But like now I think we have to go towards bot. Probably won't talk about that, but still. Yeah, so I think all of this is so much more difficult just because of the fact that we didn't do the plan that we had. So that's the main thing for the early game. This part I think was good. We know we can go forward safely. We get all the grubs. Not a massive fan of that. Maybe we just... Oh yeah, we're stopping. Yeah, and we go top to just clear the wave, and then we can clear the next wave. Yeah, and then this fight is when it's a disaster. Nautilus shows mid, so we just hard play for bot. But again, like, we're resetting. Lost flash in mid. Do we need a reset here? Okay, I mean, he has a lot of gold. We spend a lot of time here and we lose this bot wave, which I don't like. Like, I want to take this wave really high to just keep the pressure off. I think what actually happened is we were playing like to catch the Corki as if the Corki was going to fuck up, and then we left and he actually did fuck up. So like, we're making this play as if he makes a mistake, but then we leave and then he does make the mistake. Now we die on mid lane. That's just really silly. The teleport was a disaster. So I've got a lot of kills here. Okay, so we're playing through bot, they're playing through mid in this situation. Like, we have to just give this wave. When we lose flash for it, it's not very good. Okay, but now we're resetting and we're coming back with an item, I think. So that's really big. Like, we're coming, obviously it's a scaling item, it's not quite as big as if we've got like Ludens or whatever, but we're coming back with an item. So now we need to get our mid lane to this play. And so for me, we clear this wave bot and come the whole way across, or we send some people to clear this and some people go back this way and we play on this wave in mid and we play the dragon on that wave. But this stepping forward when there's no wave to stop the base, like, I don't think it matters. Like, if we can stop the base, sure, but like, this is only works if he fucks up. And then here it just turns into a disaster. Because we go for the dive, which I don't mind as a call, but when they have double TP. Yeah, we can't get run down. And the next fight as well, right? That's where Rise gets like a quadra kill or something. We take Herald, because we have top push and we get mid push. They get bot tower, which gives them the feats as well. That was quite annoying. Yeah, Jack, sorry, let's see your question. That's the other idea, is that you play strong side bot, but the whole point was because it's against this team, we were going to swap. So, can you tell me when drawing for knockout stage will happen? Today, later? Yes, straight after. Straight after the matches, there'll be the draw. Then we'll know when we're going to play. We're trying to find a scrim for Tuesday, but it gets increasingly hard to find scrims. So my hope is that we don't match up against LR and we can scrim them. Because we want to make sure that we don't just scrim like anyone. If there's a team, for example, who's not in EMEA Masters but is just starting out, like I don't think we want to scrim them. Because we want people who are like... This is quite annoying, because if this ult lands, then I think he just dies. And the animation started, but the flash got out. And this is how we want to play, obviously, with Lucian. Like, we want to just... Yeah, that was quite annoying. Then we put Herald down in mid. Lucian gets hooked and chunked a bit, but Nami heals is good. They're teleporting in. Assault wasn't great. Our dragon's up in a minute. We don't stay and hit this tower, which I like. In past life we would have done. Oh yeah, this is the one that went really, really bad, right? I mean, if this bubble hits, he just dies. But now we just go too far. yeah, okay. He said this at the time, so he goes forward to smite him because he thought it would kill him. But does 40 true damage. HP. If he does die to that, then it's just 1 for 0. But I actually think there's not much that I think we should change about this fight. Because against the CC'd Nautilus, the bubble should land. And if the bubble lands, then he just dies. Like, he's mega inting here. And we shouldn't viol him because he's inting so much that he shouldn't require any tools. Like, he's CC'd. Yeah, all right after. I think it's fine even the way he plays it. He just hits the bubble. And he should hit that, but he'll hit that bubble 9 times out of 10, you know? So, like, I don't think there's a real... He could ult straight away, I think is easiest. Like, as soon as the Naut hooks the wall, rather than even hooking the Vi, he's dead. He should just die. That's done. Now he just ult this way. That's the easiest. There's no way to flash out, because he's too far away to flash over the wall. As soon as he gets hit by one CC, he gets hit by the next CC, he just dies, and we take the dragon. But instead, we get hooked in. Ryze gets all the kills in the world, and is a monster. No, it was great in the first game as well. I mean, the smite on this smite does 40 damage, so I don't think it changes all that much. It's just the CC didn't land, and it should have, because there was other CC. Like, Nautilus was CC. So even though the gold is still fine, like 2k when we both got 30 is like the lead, but not a massive one. The big problem here is that Rise is just a mega fed. So any fight that Rise is in is already really, really hard. We get a nice pick onto the Wukong, which chains into some picks on some other people. We get all three. Okay. But then this does go worse before it gets better. So again, I think so. That one fight obviously was just micro misplay, I think. But we still weren't exactly sure how we wanted to play these fights with this fight. Now here we just commit too much for this. We talked about it after the game as well. Like everything is good. We just don't take this ad scan and we just play the rest of the map. So we already talked about it. We committed so much for that. We just yeah, you're welcome. I was gonna do an edited like recording of the final, but my recording in Copenhagen it broke, so it's gonna take more time to sort it out, and by that point it'll be kind of too late. So I was gonna do like as if it's a stream, but you hear everything, and I don't have to mute for drafts and stuff like that. No scrims today. Today is a day off because Jankos had to do LEC obviously over the weekend. Tomorrow is scrims. If we can get good opponent. Okay, I've got the fucking corky sound, unfortunately. It's so annoying. Okay, I'm literally going to quit and jump back in. 23 minutes. Because like I like hearing the sounds. Yeah, I mean I think everyone played this series really well. Okay, so same situation as we just were in. Third dragon, we teleport to mid. We play this mid wave. Dragon is up. So we come in and control it. He just about gets his clone off. And we lose mid. And we're all just sitting in the front. Aatrox gets a really nice flank. Is that just the whole problem? Yeah, and then the Nautilus ult is brought back here. I mean, here it's okay, right? 2 for 2. Yeah, we lose dragon. Shit happens. Oh, but then the Mega Rise just flashes over the wall. Okay. So how can we do this? We completely lost track of Aatrox. I mean, this one I think we should just all look at together. So we lose track of Aatrox completely. We lose control of the mid wave, which means we have to just start the dragon. Can we hold this bush stronger, maybe? So once we kill this... Like, if we just kill this ward again, and we just play more aggressively on the mid wave, it's bad for us because Ryze can start to get on weird-ass angles. But I think what we did here is the same thing that I was mentioning, is that we're... Like, I think this kind of play works better if you have Skarner, and Vi is much more interested in being on the front foot and like going forward. This way they're coming into us with Aatrox, who we just completely lost control over, with no vision of Aatrox whatsoever. How do we have no wards for this as well? So Nami needs base. We have no wards to play this situation. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pinks and 4 wards. And I think that's honestly the biggest difference. No, I disagree, Jack. I think the opposite. I think we shouldn't be starting this dragon already. We should be playing for the waves, and we should be playing to play the fight rather than just start the dragon and let them come to us from multiple different directions. But also this whole thing I think is harder. You could play it like that, like you could have Vi go on and start the dragon already, but we have no idea if they have any vision of it. Turns out they don't, but we don't know that. Like Vi could start a dragon now, but I think they can just come in even quicker. We just have no vision, like we have no way to play control. We have 2 pink wards coming into this situation. We have 2 pink wards and 1 normal ward. They have 4 normal wards and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pink wards. So I don't think necessarily that having 7 pink wards is a good idea. But the point is that we have way we have way not enough wards. It's like if Nash had got to base after the Atakan, and we were here with 4 wards, then I think we just hold this bush and this bush, and we can just hold them much better. Another pink goes down, another pink, like all of these pinks just like going in like instantly. Going down instantly, sorry. But we don't see Aatrox. And like Aatrox can just go the whole way around. Like he teleports here. Already this is hard because this is also a bit of the back end of us putting so much control around the Atakan. And now Aatrox runs across here and he gets the whole way round without us seeing him. And then the fight itself, I'd rather be like holding this bush with the Scion, threatening the Q. Obviously the Lucian ult only hits Nautilus, but that's if he wants to tank it. Now it's like really split on both sides. We did the Vi ult go on. Really nice Nami ult from Nash, and we almost one-shot. Like if we'd have had vision on Aatrox, then I think if Lucian knows where Aatrox is, we can just keep killing the Wukong. And if Wukong dies in this combo, like this ult is perfect. He gets Vi ulted, then he gets airborne, then he gets airborne, then he gets it's not layered perfectly. But if Lucian was also hitting him, which he can't be, because Aatrox just jumped on his face from nowhere. Then if Wukong just dies, then that's how we play the fight. Like, Wukong should just insta-die, and if we knew this. Those words wouldn't help. I don't know what words you mean. Do you mean wards? Because 100% having wards when you're playing in this situation is important. For the finals, would you say the level of production information issues normal for this level? Yeah. With a big event like that, there's always going to be stuff. There's always going to be stuff that goes wrong. The problem is as well is that like NLC is just getting used to doing events of that scale, or just getting used to it. That's the first event of that scale. So there's always going to be like growing pains. There's always going to be stuff that's difficult. And they'll get better at it each time, but I thought it was pretty good. The Sunday was good. I mean, the main thing on Sunday was just we weren't told about that concert. But if we're playing on mid lane, by the way, and let's say Aatrox is still here, like he can't, it's not the same flank because we can retreat all the way to here. Like the problem with this is that he comes this way as they come this way, and we didn't know. If we'd have just had a ward anywhere that sees him, I think we win this. So I don't know what you mean by the wards aren't useful. This is like the prime case of wards being useful. These kind of fights where you lose track of someone on the enemy team completely, and if you had a vision of them ever. But also it's much harder to hold these bushes when we don't have as much vision as the enemy to hold the bushes. Because as soon as we can't put the wards down in them, no, I'm saying at this stage, rather than running from here to there, he should just base, and we should come out with wards. And the idea always, going into a dragon situation, 23 minutes into the game, the two things we need to be thinking about is that firstly, we haven't been here for ages. This is there. We should just assume there's loads of wards everywhere. And playing this fight, we need to make sure that Aatrox doesn't get a flank. So because of those two things, Nami should have wards, and we should be focused on playing on the waves instead. Both of these things you can know going into it. So I think the starting the Drake wasn't ideal. I think the not having any vision of Aatrox this whole time wasn't ideal. And the CC chain on Wukong was almost insanely perfect, but not quite. And because Lucian is just getting melted by Aatrox and has to like deal with him, we don't one-shot the Wukong. If we could just one-shot Wukong here, then Wukong's dead, Nautilus almost dead. Like, this is completely fine. Because even the first part of this fight goes okay, but the second phase of Rise is always going to be better because he doesn't have any, like, big ult cooldown, you know? Like, he doesn't have anything that is just dumped in the first phase, so his second phase is insanely strong. It's like Cassio or something, but even without the ult. So at this stage, when we've used our Oriole, we've used our, you know, we've used everything, he's able to just kill everyone. Also because he's a mega fed. And now they get Baron. But I think after this, we start playing our comp like we probably should have been, which is much more on the front foot, not letting them come to us, but us going to them. We can't control the mid wave. We could have taken a lot longer for this to go down, but that's okay, shit happens. Then they also up top. It's really nice for Chachi to get away, and he takes the next wave as well, which slows down their ability to end. Teleport bot to try and choose a wave. Don't mind any of this. We just get the wave gone. Slows down their Baron a lot. Yeah, the thing is that none of this, like, we shouldn't assume that players can make that split-second decision because it's never going to be the best decision. That's why making sure that we're marking whoever's on the flank, or at least we're aware of where they are, is the main thing. So I think we need to really watch out for flankers, and we need to be more clear about what wave we're playing objectives on, and those are the things that we actually can change going into this week. It's good to live here. We talked about the fact that we are just going to give them the the soul because we can't fight it right now. But again, if we're on the front foot, the soul is less important. So we're already like, we're trying to play for a pick. This part, obviously, they should win this game. The guys play it really, really well. So we get a massive shutdown on Lucian as well. It's really looked like it might be the end, but Freddy's still up and he can hold. I noticed Inax always almost get caught because he wants to clear one more wave as pushing bot. Teams around going on the bush instead of Drake. Did this Drake? Or previous one? If you have a timestamp, we can go back and look at it again, but I can't with that one. I think. We do have that problem. Freddy has the same problem. Except Freddy's is more on side. It happened in the first game as well. He was pushing up mid lane when he shouldn't be. So they murder the Baron, his Rise. We have a really nice redemption and stuff here though. So this time we are able to come back and peel back onto the Aatrox. It doesn't get as good a flank, although to be fair, it's not because we have like loads of vision or anything. Really nice shockwave and really nice redemption. And then we're able to get a bunch of kills on the back end here, which is really big, obviously. Another shutdown on Rise because he was that mega fed. Is there a good reason for each player? Not really. You can very quickly end up dumping loads of money into pinks. So like when they have 7 pinks here, if we just play the vision game for a while, like what's 7 times 75? They literally spend half 1,000 gold on pinks coming into this dragon. And that's not ideal, right? So there is a bit of a balance, but yeah, they did win the fight, but they didn't win the fight because they had 7 pinks. Like the fact that they put 4 in the same bush, like those kind of that would be the main reason to not just always have pinks, because if you end up buying like 6 pink wards, you slow down your item completion by quite a lot. So that would be the main reason. But I don't think, like here, for example, this one's maybe okay. I know like Young Buck, for example, he always used to say like roughly 900 gold. If you have a 900 gold item, that's better than having a pink. But other than that, you should just have pinks. But obviously that's not exactly a hard and fast rule. So BF Sword, I think is worth it. Fiendish Codex, I'm not sure. Maybe. But these guys having them, this is enough. Like 5 pinks is enough, you know? And the thing is, having them, I like what you said as well. It's not like you said, is there a good reason to not always put down pinks, but always have them, I think is a nice way to think about it. Because the problem you get into when you start being really inefficient with gold is when you're like buying a pink, putting it down, buying a pink, putting it down, but or just putting it down in the same bush over and over again and all that kind of thing. And that I think is silly. But having them, that's a good way to think about it. There's not a really good reason to not have a pink. So we go forward, we play on this wave in bot, we take some camps away. Like this is what we should be doing with the Vial, like as much as possible, like trying to play for picks with like Lucian and Vial. This is really good. Sion is there to defend, he has TP, he has ult. We're able to get another pick, which was perfect. Corkiel. I can't believe this is still broken, by the way. Like, why is Corkiel permanently on? How long is... I think we've had Spectate Client for, what, 12 years or something now? 11? Okay, so here is better already, you know, like we're actually posturing out for the wave. What we did in previous cases is we just let this wave go. This was better. And now we're spreading further back to stop them getting flanks. So here we're like running to chase them out. No, it depends on the state of the game if he's focusing on ganks or on objectives. This I think we go way too far. Okay, right, no, he punches forward. So it still does get a bit messy. Like we're trying to find, yeah, exactly. They don't have the time to fix these issues. Okay, so Wukong's used clone, but I think it's just too far forward, right? They just insta flash and use everything. But we still have the Orianna carry on the backside. Rise TP's bot. Now we're not starting it and we're like fully holding bushes, which is much better. Oh yeah, this one. We talked about this after the game. Yeah, he's just mega into. He just thinks he can clear this wave and then come up to us. It's good for him to clear this wave. He just then has to go back around the safe way because we were all looking for flankers and he didn't realize that they could just be anywhere. How that still goes well is... Okay. So I think, yeah, the things from this game is there's a few things we have to do waves first. And the next one is the team fight. We need to make sure that we have vision. We need to make sure that we're clear about like marking flankers and stuff like that. Can we come forward and kill them? That was it. That was the top of the group. Okay, actually a fairly simple one. Again, it's always more simple when you don't have like an infinite canvas of time ahead of you. So because I know, yeah, we won this game. It was 2-0. So far, since the first week, we dropped one game to Ruddy, we lost to LR, and we've beaten everyone else. Yeah, I think as well we die too much in crucial moments. I mean, we die too much, but we also die in like crucial moments where like everyone's about to do something and then someone gets caught. That's the part that there's like where we've invested time to do something and then someone else gets caught and it just ruins the whole play. That's part of the problem. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be it then. Fairly short one. So going forward, we're going to look at making sure, so the tempo team fights, those are the things that we're looking at. There's the team fight about losing track of Aatrox. We need to make sure that we have vision for team fights and we're a bit clearer on like where we are going to fight for and where we're going to look. And the second one is like making sure we know what wave we're playing Dragon on. So in this game, we needed to know like if we're playing this Dragon on mid wave, and in the first one, again, the same. It needed to be mid wave first. Next after EMEA Masters is just the next off season, and then it starts all over again. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do in summer. I'm talking to a few teams at the moment. I'm still talking, obviously, with Nord about what they want to do in summer, and then I'm also considering a few other options as well. So it does just go like you do just bounce against the top a lot, and that is a bit of a weird situation. Because this is the thing I think that's such a problem in the tier 2 scene in LoL at the moment, is that it doesn't matter where you are in ERLs. I would say probably other than Lost Ratones, but that's a different case, which I can get onto in a second. It doesn't matter where you are. Your actual goal is you want to be in the LEC. You know, like your goal is not to win LFL, even though LFL is the best league. Your goal is not to win EMEA Masters, even though EMEA Masters is super fun and a great tournament. No player's goal is to make their career, at least as far as I know, to fully make their career in ERLs. There are some coaches who are in that situation because they have family or whatever and they don't want to move to Germany and that kind of thing. But I don't know of any players who are like that. Maybe there are some. And that's impossible. So it's do as well as I can so that in the off season I have the best shot. And that's a really weird situation. So I had that as a problem, for example, when I was coaching coaches. One of the things obviously that I want to do is I want to say like, okay, look, I want to help you work towards your goal. And the problem is that other than the coaches that I worked with who are already in the LEC, the goal is to get to LEC. And actually, because of the horrible, terrible way we recruit coaches in esports, I can't help that. I can do some things, but I can't help it. And so only, I think, teams like LR who are like there to be streamers, those are the only players who are actually like, I don't want to be in the LEC. I would rather be doing what I'm doing. Other than that, everyone wants to be in LEC. And yeah, of course, they might say no to like the bottom LEC team because they're on the top ERL team. Like if you're on KCB, that's better than being on Rogue in its current state or on SK or something like that, probably. But still, they want to be in the LEC. So it's like a very strange situation. Be awesome if we could scrim against Southeast Asian teams. They're popping off in terms of skill, but ping is not conducive. Yeah, the problem of having like only scrims in your region is always one that's a bit annoying. Okay, well, unless anyone has any questions, I'm going to leave it there for now. Yeah, so actually in the end, I'm not going to be co-streaming EMEA Masters. Unfortunately, I thought I was going to because I thought the LR game was at 5, but unfortunately I have something to do at 8, so I cannot, and they are playing at 8. So I will pay attention to the score and stuff like that, and I'll be cheering them on, of course. Even if we draw against them, I do want them to get through this stage, but what I want is them to get through, them to get drawn on the other side of the bracket, and then us to see if we can do some serious like NLC damage at EMEA Masters. That'd be really fun. Okay, so thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you tomorrow there'll be definitely something. I'm hoping we still get scrims. It'll depend on who gets through and stuff like that and who's looking for scrims. But if there's not scrims, I'll do something else. So I'll be on tomorrow in the afternoon, make sure we do something, and then we'll also know when our game is. So see you guys tomorrow.